That's really saying something there. Well, before we start, I got to show you. Well, we're already live.
Yeah,
but
of course.
I got to show you in all its glory here.
Let's see. Oh my God. I hopefully we won't have to pay any royalties just to use that guy's name.
Well, he doesn't know it's about
Well,
him
and
until
also-
you just said it was.
Well, but we don't know. But no one knows exactly what guy I'm talking about.
That's
either,
exactly.
so.
Well, I mean,
You think that's the only Fong Dang around dude,
No,
in the
no.
whole world?
not a
There's
chance.
plenty, bro.
Yeah.
Of course. Fong Dangs, Hong Kong, Donkey Kongs. Did we come up with this during Weird News?
Yes.
Oh man, I love it.
I don't know if we had the name attached to it at the time.
Is it a restaurant?
It's
Is it an apothecary? We don't know.
It's
a
a
mystery.
It's a nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
It's a nightmare. That's all we
It's
know.
a mystery for the consumer to solve.
That's right. It's
on
a
their own.
mystery for the ages, as they say.
It's one of the 7 wonders.
Yeah.
It's the 8th wonder.
That's right.
It's actually the 9th wonder because they had one already.
We're tired of the pyramids. We get it.
Yeah, come on.
They've been
Triangle.
They've been around for
prisms.
a long time.
Give me a
Piece of
break.
cake. I watched a little kid become a mummy. I mean, it was because of a murder, but I mean, they just wrapped them up.
Put them in that body.
Just wrap them up.
Would the body bag suffice to preserve the body for a long period of time? What modern tools do we have that we could use for mummification?
Vacuum tubes.
Vacuum seal.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
bet you we could preserve people. Why don't we do that?
I
Instead
think
of coffins where you just rot in a box.
when we shoot people, like all the Star Trek people that have died, pretty much have all gotten shot out into space.
Yeah, they just jettison their bodies
They
into
just
the cold
put
space.
them in one of those big pill bottles and they just shoot them out of a cannon.
Oh man, do
Got
they
it.
shoot them and give them because that's very
They
problematic.
launch them. Yeah.
That's very problematic for all the nearby planets with satellites and stuff going around the orbit.
There's a lot.
That it's going to just rip right through their
Oh.
their ISS, dude.
That's it. That would be
Holy fuck!
the ultimate.
Can you imagine
They got to do some emergency maneuvers.
a dead crewman, a jettison dead crewman, puncturing a hole through the equivalent, the Klingon equivalent of the ISS.
Yeah, that's all you need.
What the fuck? What the fuck just happened?
It doesn't matter. We were going to crash it into the ocean anyway.
Right, that's what they're doing now, aren't
Motherfuckers.
they?
Not yet. They're not.
Oh,
We
my
still
God.
have a few more.
I
I think
watched-
another 6 years or something.
Oh, okay. God, that still seems so soon.
Mhm.
I watched a time lapse rendering
Yeah.
of how they put it together.
Yeah.
And it was so long and intricate.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus, it probably took them a fucking decade just to get it all put together up there. And I know it was over a period of many years where they had additions and stuff.
Right.
But just getting the baselines, the foundation up there.
Foundation up there.
I mean,
yeah.
that's even that in itself is a feat that I can't even wrap my head around.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
It's a wild thing.
We're just gonna let it crash in the ocean. Let's pollute the ocean. More trash. NASA, stop.
We're just going to aim it
Being
right
a
for
litter
what's
bug.
that big trench called? The
Mariana Trench.
that's it. The Marietta Trench. That's it.
Mariana Trench.
Gonna
Right,
crash it.
Marietta, PA.
That's
It's
it.
just a big shithole.
We're just going to crash it straight into the river.
Right, Greg?
That's
That's where he lives.
That's it. Yeah, Susquehanna is the biggest,
Actually, no.
one of the oldest rivers in the world.
Yeah,
Right in there.
it needs to be dammed up because we done had enough of all this water.
That's some big
It's
wings.
wet.
They got big wings on
It's
there.
so wet down there.
Solar sails.
Get ready. Now, could you imagine if they say chaos theory says that a butterfly flaps its wings and a tsunami is caused in Japan? What do you think the ISS going down in the ocean is going to do?
That's right.
It's going to fuck some entire islands, the whole entire footprint off this planet.
What I think we should do is get all the Japanese people to jump into the ocean and see what happens over here. That's what we have to figure out.
Tidal wave. They maybe could have attempted that during World War II.
They could have.
It's possible.
They could have.
And
Yeah.
had they had the forward kind of thinking that you had.
Well, see,
This
this
is why
the
you
problem.
should have been
They're so focused
their
on
leader.
westernizing.
Right.
They didn't even think about what
Well,
they should be doing.
They are now.
Yeah. Well,
Now they got scared. That's
Mhm.
that's where Godzilla came from. The manifestation of their fears.
this is exactly right.
The grotesque display of power.
That's
We
right.
were they were like an Asian person, and they are, and we were like Marky Mark. Let me just tie this in real quick for this
Nothing
episode.
but cold blood and scales. And plasma
And
breath.
when he did it, after he punched that guy's eye out,
Yeah.
he pulled his pants down to show the underwear brand he was wearing.
You know
it
it.
was an ad.
Oh, Calvin Klein.
It was
Calvin Klein.
the whole thing was an ad.
Calvin Klein is #1 in hate crime. That used to be their
Think hate crime, think Calvin
That
Klein.
used to be their old motto, but they gave it up.
Once hate crimes
Problematic.
became a little less fashionable, they were like, ooh.
Like, we need to step away from the hate crime. We need to let's get a new sort of thing going. White nationalism now.
Oh, no.
We've got colored briefs. We got to move a lot of them. We got a couple warehouses. We can't be doing that. Yeah, we can't stick with just the whites.
Oh my god, I would 100% pull. And in fact, that advertising came after all of his incidences and stuff.
Oh, of course it did.
The public. This is if this is the lesson, if there is any lesson in it.
Right.
The lesson is that the public doesn't really give a fuck about the transgressions of any one celebrity unless it's either fashionable to do so,
Right.
or it has some sort of like effect on the bottom line, the dollar.
Oh yeah,
That's
well,
it.
it affects
The
yeah.
only things they care about.
Got to watch the stock price.
Right. Because like that's all reason these people get booted off. Remember they had to. Kevin Spacey had all those issues, like all this shit came to light.
Yeah.
They reshot an entire movie. I forget who it was. Not Ridley Scott. Some big director though.
Mm-hmm.
Had to reshoot an entire fucking movie
Marley
with Christopher
and the-
Plummer.
Oh,
Yup.
oh,
And he was the dog.
Yeah.
He was the fucking dog, dude.
Yep, he's a dog now.
Yeah, he's making him a dog. They replaced him. It was Marley and me. It was starring Owen Wilson.
All right, back to one, everybody.
He was playing a dog, but he was playing a man who thought he was a dog. They just replaced him with a regular dog. They're like,
Yeah.
this works surprisingly well.
This is.
This is very actually.
I'm rethinking all of the
This makes
choices we've made here for casting
In
for
fact,
a long time.
let's try it. Let's do a dog for Owen Wilson. Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, that works too.
It's much more short.
What the fuck is that, dude?
Goddamn wasp. And it's a good thing I'm prepared.
Okay.
I'm armed.
We
I
have
got a gun right here.
we have an intruder in the studio.
You don't have
You
clearance.
can kill it
Where'd it
indoors
go?
because, for one, they're already. I don't know.
I'm going to do this live on the air.
We're gonna get
everybody.
stung thousands of times during the show. It's gonna be our best show we've ever
It's going
had.
to be great. It's going to be.
I'm
Just
Johnny
as-
Knoxville.
just
This is
as-
the Kickstart with Matt and Nat.
It's going to be just as painful for us as it is for you.
This is Johnny Soundball.
I don't think you see it. I know. It's,
Why does he sound like he's choking on like all his little
He
bit of
probably
spit in the
is
back of his throat?
permanently. It's just a little bit. I don't know where the hell this thing went.
Timo sounds like this, like he's always straight, like he smokes 40,000 cigarettes, even
I
though
guess
I've
if
never
you
even
get-
seen him
it-
smoke one.
I guess if you get hit in the nuts enough times, that happens.
That was.
They
I don't
just
know if that was
stay
a
in your
ghost
throat.
wasp or what the fuck that was, dude.
I definitely.
This is all great content that we're missing out on.
I know it's
We
all,
literally had all the best conversations.
it's all out of the way now.
It's all our good stuff.
As we say, it's all downhill from here.
Let's just start it off and
Let's
just
do
you
it.
know.
Let's do it.
Is anyone here?
We had two. We've got one,
That's the way we start.
and
That's usually how it goes.
that's all we need. That's all we need, according to.
One.
According to one, that's it.
It's
Number that you'll ever do. Oh. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
And that.
And here we are, episode 290. We're 10 away from 300.
man, we should have hit 300 a long time
We
ago.
should
but
have.
we have not always been consistent.
As usual, we're behind schedule.
And much like our humor, it's very spotty and inconsistent. Our
And late
attendance
very
and-
often.
Yes. I think the best thing is we added Chris, then Chris started to become the element that doesn't show up all the time.
Right.
That way we can be consistent.
See,
That
it
was
makes
the
us
secret.
right.
That
It's-
was the secret ingredient.
I think I reference this like every few months, but it's just like having an ugly friend. It makes you look hotter. I don't know why I bring it up all the time, but it's the first thing that pops in my mind when we talk about comparison. So, we got to do what we got to do.
I feel like we need to do a field report with how Chris is doing. Or Chris needs to give us field reports from the ghost dimension.
That's
I think he should poorly play like celebrities and things and have him interview himself. That needs to be his contribution. Weekly.
He needs
Let
to
us
do
know
something.
if you want it as Patreon content.
That's right.
Let us know if you want anything.
Let us
extra,
know. Let us
or
know.
if this is already too much.
That's
I'll be
my
honest, it's probably already too much for your ears.
it's
Everyone that listens to us is a masochist.
well, you have to be.
No
It's
doubt.
it's the only way. You have to answer like a little questionnaire before you're allowed to subscribe to the show.
Yeah.
So
Why do you think your favorite movie is Hellraiser?
exactly right.
We are that puzzle box.
We are the puzzle box.
Speaking of which, have you seen the trailer for
I
the new
was
one?
just gonna say I didn't watch the trailer yet because I'm still fighting it. Like
Okay.
I know it's gonna happen. It's gonna be on Hulu in
It's a
October,
series.
I think. Yeah.
It's coming out in like 2 weeks.
So I'll be interested to see how they unveil everything and what they do with it and all. We'll see. We'll see.
I honestly, I'm not like a big Hellraiser fan like
Yeah.
you are,
Yeah.
but the trailer, I was like, this actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was kind of interested in it, and having seen the first one with you like a few years ago, whatever
Yeah.
it was that I
Mhm.
watched it for the first time. I understood it more. I kind of got the whole overarching theme and all the stuff that was going on. I
Yeah.
feel like the show is gonna touch on all that stuff correctly.
Yeah.
Also, I think Pinhead is not. I think
It's not
it's a
that
female.
great. Yeah, it's a female. Yeah.
That's from what I could tell.
They did that in one of the comics. Shit, I can't remember what series it was because they did a whole bunch of Hellraiser offshoots.
Mhm.
I can't remember
Now,
which one it was.
I don't know if you know this answer, but does Clive Barker, is he involved in this?
I don't know if he's
show?
involved with
'Cause
this
they
one.
put his name on it.
What they've been doing recently, they did this with a lot of the comics where they'll say Clive Barker's,
Mhm.
like they'll put apostrophe S and then they'll put the title of whatever it is. So,
They're just trying to sell
right. They
the clout.
they're just keeping his name attached to it, I guess, to try and.
I suppose that's fair because I mean it's from his original concept.
right. Yeah.
But I mean I can't believe he's actually still kicking.
I
man.
can't either. When I saw him, man, I was like, Jesus, Clive, you're, and he is. I know he's not doing well.
Yeah, that's
but-
that's always been the narrative. I think.
He's still alive, so we've got
Still
that.
get that revenue, baby. Rake that money
Bring
in.
in the money.
Hulu, get it in
That's
there.
it.
And by the way, these streaming services are getting out of fucking control. There's literally a whole bunch of them, and
Yeah.
now I feel like because there's other exclusive things on Hulu,
Of
and I
course.
know I share passwords and shit like that.
Yeah.
But like, just eventually people are just gonna bundle it into cable again.
Yeah, it is what it's becoming.
It's so
Yeah.
obnoxious, and
Yeah.
then it'll just go in a cycle. And none of it's
well,
gonna happen.
round and round we go as usual.
Just like rap prophesized.
just like rap.
Always.
Just like rap prophesized.
rap.
That's right. Just like rap prophesized. But yeah, it's going to be. We'll see how it turns out. I think that there's enough care being given to this, and I think the fact that they're making it a series rather than a movie,
Mhm.
that might give it a little more wiggle room that they can start with that foundation and then take it somewhere. So
I find that interesting because as far as I think the first movie is a pretty good like one complete arc.
Sure.
At least it felt like that
yeah.
because of the Uncle Frank or whatever,
Mhm.
and then it all culminates.
Right.
But and I know I'm not familiar with the source material, so I
Sure.
don't really know, and I'm sure you probably are.
Oh, yeah.
But is there enough of it to be like, oh, a series would accommodate it better?
Because the idea that gets addressed in the second movie, they go into the puzzle box and it's this giant labyrinth.
Mhm.
So like the Thunderfist song Angel of Pain that I wrote is sort of about the first two movies put
Mhm.
together because that was part of Clive's like original vision. was that he wanted to do the first one does end on like a overlap of the second one, and the second one like does this quick recap of the previous. But the ending is all muddled. There's all kinds of shits all over the place. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense because the editing got all messed up. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know that there's necessarily. It's more the idea that the Cenobites are in different environments, and that's sort of the idea of all the rest of the movies in the franchise, with the exception of the new ones. I don't know. I haven't watched them because from what I saw, they were at a flaming garbage.
Yeah.
So I haven't touched those. But the stuff that Doug Bradley's been in, I've seen all of those multiple times, and it's kind of cool because it almost puts them in these different scenarios. Some of the movies are god awful. It's just like this is a whole different movie. Like one is like a cop drama,
Really?
and there's just like Cenobites in it at the end.
Yeah.
So
that's
it's
what
that
I'm
kind of thing.
talking
Where it's
about.
just like this is
They just
not.
picked a guy off the street
Yeah.
to write that one. They're like, fuck it. I don't know. You got what is this Hellraiser? I've been wanting to make a cop drama.
They're just going through the file. They're like, let's just do this and put some guys stretch their skin out.
This guy, this guy's got a whole agenda, right? He's
Yeah.
like, he's been waiting on his moment to pitch
Oh, yeah.
to flip his cop drama script.
He's just
And he
waiting.
directs it. And he's like, they're like, yeah, but you have to get to the Cenobites, right?
Yeah.
He's like, just stick with the
We'll do that. They'll be in it.
Yeah.
They're in it.
They're
Just
there.
at the very
Yeah.
end.
They're coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. Just wait for it.
But
it's like a Golden Girls episode.
that's exactly
At the end,
it. Yeah.
Ruth gets the fucking puzzle box or whatever.
That's all.
What's this? Oh my lord! I think you solved it.
And it ends up looking like something from Beetlejuice because it's just all the skin's just stretching off of her skull rather than. But
yeah, and it's like she's like, I don't feel anything.
everything's fine. Oh, I look younger now.
That
Yeah.
looks so young. I love this thing.
I love those Hellraiser
You gotta get
facelifts.
one of these puzzle boxes. You got to.
Just open it behind your back and it just pulls everything.
It makes me look.
I lost 30 years thanks to all this pain and suffering.
I look like I'm 60 again. They're already in a constant state of like
What?
absolute
That's it.
degradation.
What difference does it make?
Yeah.
But yeah, so the
In fact, that's probably more of that. It's on the pleasure side now.
right, yeah,
Because
well,
they're constantly feeling pain.
yeah, you've got to balance it out at some point. I
At
guess.
some point, that pain's going to turn into pleasure.
You know,
I
because I mean, we don't like the way that clothes feel initially, but then
Right.
our nervous system adjusts, and so all other stimuli has to be. I mean, my back's been hurting me for 20 years, so I know it doesn't
You're
feel
waiting for the
good.
point
I'm just
that
waiting
it
for the
feels
pleasure.
good.
I'm just gonna be like, oh my god, my back hurts so good today.
You need to fuck it up more.
That's
What the movie's teaching you,
That's
man.
it. I've been trying to break my neck, but just it's too high. I'm
You already did break your fucking
twice, I
neck.
know. Well, but it's like just trying to break it lower. That's it.
Yeah, just gotta break every individual.
One of
part
them.
right.
One of these is the key.
You gotta get into like back alley wrestling.
That's
that's gonna
it.
do it for
See,
you.
but not like scheduled. Just start wrestling.
yeah.
Just take
No.
somebody. Hey, come here.
Point at a guy
Yeah,
down an alley.
You
Motherfucker, let's
alley
go.
right now. Just everybody that walks by. You and me in the alley right now. And if they keep walking the next guy, you and me in the alley right now.
Just do a pile driver.
That's it.
though.
Next thing I know,
Always pick bigger guys so that they can throw you.
here comes B. Arthur, and I'm like, shit, I fucked up.
Get over here, bitch. She's
Oh.
like, I don't feel pain anymore. It's all pleasure for me. And a youngster like you will be the most pleasure I've felt in a good century at least. Or is it
As
just
she-
the Golden Girls?
She
It-
breaks my back over her knee.
with pain. I was born in the darkness. It was
Yeah.
the Great Depression, 1920.
That's it. Yeah, it is just the Golden
I
Girls.
used to be a flapper. Ah! the Cenobite, the maze and everything that
Yeah.
go into the puzzle box. It's
Yeah,
just an
the
episode of
labyrinth.
Golden
That's
Girls.
all it is. Yeah, thank you for being a friend to rip and splash off of bodies with muscles undulating in pain. Yeah, that's right. But no, within the labyrinth, there's all these creatures and different things that you see in the distance.
Mhm.
So there's absolutely potential to sort of expand that universe.
Mhm.
It was just at the time it was all like stop motion and stuff like,
Yeah, I remember the
practical effects,
the
whatever.
big old freaky monster that comes out and attacks
Yeah.
the girl.
Yes, yeah, when
And I'm
she's
like,
in the
what
psych
the
ward.
fuck is this?
Yeah, yeah. Yep,
It's
yeah.
weird. Better than House. Did I tell you I went and rewatched House and House 2? Did we talk about this?
You told me that you were going to, but I don't think you did. Okay.
Oh my God, they were so bad.
Yeah, they're awful. I know.
So bad.
there's more than 2.
I didn't want to know
There's 5
that.
of them.
I didn't want to know that.
And I've got them
information.
all.
Oh my God, did they get worse?
They do.
Oh no.
They do.
That second one was like it was just a weird, wacky trip. It was fun.
Right, and that's sort of the gist of the rest of them too.
I actually have well, I saw it when I was a kid. This is like what we bonded over originally when we became friends.
Absolutely.
Because at first I thought Matt was too weird.
Right.
I still think he is, but I didn't want to talk to him.
That's right. It's too late. We're already 290 episodes in.
Arguably, this movie was like the one common point that we started talking about because we'd both seen it.
Right.
And I don't think I'd seen enough of the second one to really get what you were talking about it. But the first movie I did watch, and this whole scene with the monster that comes out of the closet that attacks him.
Yeah.
When I was little, that was scary.
Yeah, man.
When I watched it, it was so awful.
I know.
Oh my God, it was like the worst puppet, stupid thing you've ever seen.
Right.
But the overarching like plot about how this guy is sequestering himself in a house.
Mm-hmm.
He's grieving over his lost child, and he's also like dealing with the post-traumatic stress of his issues from Vietnam.
Right.
I thought that actually was done. It was silly as far as the movie itself, because there were definitely silly parts. But that PTSD, the way they handled it, was actually pretty strong.
Yeah.
There was something in there, and that was I didn't know it was the guy who did Friday the 13th.
Mm-hmm. Sure was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Billy Zane.
Yeah, Billy. Good old Billy Ball Cue Ball
Oh
Zane.
man, it's like he said, I've had enough time behind the camera talking about PTSD, trying to cause PTSD on camera. It's
Every time I had to wash that girl's hair in the fountain, those freaking big old lumpy girls coming up to me at the end of the cons.
Will you wash my hair in the fountain?
Wash
Billy
my
Zane?
hair. Wash me like one of your French girls.
You fucking stink. Get in the fountain. That's it.
I'll be honest though, if I have to deal with that kind of stuff
Right.
in my life, I would probably have the same demeanor as Billy Zane.
I certainly, if that was it, I mean, I would be actively turtle waxing my head to try and glean the sun.
It's not a
disorient
fashion
people.
statement.
No,
it's a weapon.
it's completely practical. Yeah, it's just so that he can get through the crowds.
He's
just
got a
head
guy
first.
with a flashlight just to help with give more glare.
Exactly.
He hires one guy just to shine that right on the right spot on his head.
He's
and
got that
sear the
kid
eyes
from the
right out
Fifth
of people.
Element. He's like, Aziz, light! Shining it right on his head. Yep, that's it. Got to keep him awake.
He had he did have a cameo in the Mummy movie. Remember when they turned those mirrors?
Oh yeah.
His head was
you
one
just
of
saw him just for a second as it was turning. Yeah,
his head was there, and it lit up the entire
It was
sarcophagus.
amazing. It was amazing.
Incredible.
Speaking of the Mummy, Brendan Fraser is not coming now.
Disappointing news. He's on a hot streak. It's funny.
Listen,
I'm happy for him, but suddenly his career is taking off once more, right in time for him to not be at a place that we're going to be.
What a disgrace! What a terrible series of events. And to make things worse, fucking Skeet Ulrich is going to be there in place of him. Who the fuck cares?
I mean,
we want Brendan Fraser.
I was really hoping for Brendan Fraser. I went and bought the fucking photo ops and everything already. I knew it before they even posted it because I got an email and I looked at it and said, your thing has been refunded. And I was like, fuck, he canceled.
God damn it.
And they announced another replacement, John Bernthal, which, remember, he's the guy from Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Shane.
And he's in Punisher and all this other stuff. He's in fucking The Wolf of Wall Street. He's in trying to think Baby Driver. I'm trying to think of something from this decade. Oh God, he's in that Fury movie. He's in with Brad Pitt and all this shit. He's in like big movies. He's got a huge career.
Yeah. I don't find him to be a particularly interesting person.
He kind of plays the same thing every single time. But I do think he brings like the right intensity. I think he's a bit one note, but when he's put in the right places, he does a good job.
Sure.
Then when they know how to use him.
Right, exactly.
But I liked his. I think when he's given good characters that have, I will give him this. He does play this weird complexity of like this guy trying to be good, but he just can't.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah, the
Punisher, he
the
works with
struggle.
that.
Yeah, the struggle
with
of-
Shane, it works for him for that, and I think, and either they use him that way,
Mhm.
or they use him. Oh fuck, he was in that. He was in the show that I don't know if Juan said he was in the show We Own the City or not,
Oh,
but it was about Baltimore.
no, Juan
I
can
think
let us know
Juan.
he's here.
I think Juan, if I'm not mistaken, you said that you did have a small part in it, but I forgive me if I was mistaken.
He's in a new
about that.
remake of American Gigolo, apparently.
Yeah,
too.
yep.
So there you go.
Well, Juan will know. Juan will be excited, I'm sure. So,
Yeah.
He was just in Baltimore doing that show, like a year ago or a few months back.
Mhm.
So, anyways, I like the stuff he's in.
Yeah,
I'll be excited to see him.
it's going.
I'm not going to do a pro photo op with him.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he's got table stuff because I do have some stuff for him to sign. So
Yeah.
maybe I can get a photo there.
See, because I think really what it is, it's a matter of figuring out the logistics of, all right, now who are they going to put in the room? Because they had that one room off to the side, where they had Bruce Campbell, where they had, where the big names go.
Yeah.
So the
That's what
question
with
is
like
who's
Christopher
gonna be-
Lloyd and
yeah.
all that stuff.
Right.
That's like a
Well,
super separate room. up there.
Wasn't Christopher Lloyd in the one that
Yeah, he's
like right there by the bathrooms?
mhm,
Yeah. But I'm talking about the ones out
That's
down the
like
hall.
the super private.
That's what I
section.
mean.
Yeah.
They're going to use it for somebody because they used it for Robert England before that.
They always did use it for him. And
Yeah.
He's always got the. He's not even there this year. I'm
Yeah.
surprised by that. In fact,
Yeah.
I don't know if Kane Hodder's there this year or not.
Oh, that's right. I didn't see him on the list.
I'm surprised.
I know Doug Bradley's coming back.
Yes,
Him
Doug
and
Bradley's gonna be
Steph will be there.
there.
But
Our goal will be to get some drinks with Doug Bradley.
absolutely.
That'll be
Oh,
the goal.
yeah. I mean,
Was he hanging out in the bar? He was having.
he was sitting in the
Meals in the
booth
bar.
by himself. He was
Yeah.
him and his wife.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
sitting in the booth back by themselves because I think he's a seasoned veteran of all of this
Oh, he's
stuff.
been doing it a while.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so I don't think that he even bothers to peruse anymore. He just sort
Yeah.
of comes. And since he's not that far from home, I think he doesn't really.
That's right. He's in
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Well, so Juan's saying he's in We Own This City too. It's a
good.
show in which I got cut out of.
Oh fuck, that's what it was.
Juan hit
That's
the
why I was
cutting
like,
room floor.
I was not sure. Ah, damn. But that's all right though. And actually, that I'm happy for Juan. That'll be cool. That'll be a very cool convergence point.
I think he needs
No.
to directly
Don't pay
Like,
for anything over
assault
there.
him.
Right.
You know,
Juan,
just-
attack him.
Juan, attack! You
Like he's
cut
a
me.
Pokemon. Juan,
Number
use
one, I
fire.
choose you. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah.
Juan, use lightning.
Figure something out, Juan. Throw a pen or your bag
You
at
gotta
him.
do
something.
something. You're gonna look like a wuss. Don't be a coward in front of this.
He's the Punisher, Juan. He's gonna
Punish
He's
him.
gonna punish
Now
him.
it's your
It's his turn. It's his turn to be punished.
Holy shit, that's great.
He said he's looking forward to seeing Anthony Michael Hall, though. So,
Oh, that's right. I forgot he's gonna be there.
yeah,
too.
he is. He is. I'm gonna
That
get him,
actually is pretty cool.
I'm gonna get him to sign my Ferris Bueller's Day Off DVD box. It's the only one he wasn't in.
That would actually be fucking great.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep. Yeah,
Oh.
that'll be it. Yeah, it's going to be fun. It doesn't
Yeah.
really matter. I was thinking
like
about
the
it.
unpredictability.
I
of
was
it all.
saying to you that, like as much as I wanted to see Brendan Fraser and just watch him just move around and just
Yeah.
feel like there's fucking Brendan Fraser. I'm still, I didn't take into account until later, till after he canceled, but I was thinking like, okay, there was going to be a lot of people
Yeah.
converging on this con because of this.
Mhm.
And so that
It's a bit of a blessing in disguise.
Right, exactly. Because we enjoy the privacy, as we've talked about many times, the privacy that is provided by our show, and the personal experiences we get to have, and it's all unencumbered by security shit and
I mean,
all that.
Even with so he was only going to be there for a day, I think, and
Yeah.
even with Bruce Campbell, who I think was only there for I think he was there 2 days.
2 days, yeah,
But he had a huge huge crowd.
absolutely.
Huge crowd.
Yep.
Spent most of the day. It still wasn't as bad as fucking New Jersey though.
No,
The
oh
thing
my
is, like,
God, no.
I want Hunt Valley to remain. They keep saying that they're going to do more with Hunt Valley, but I really don't want it to get bigger.
They better not. We're
I
going
don't-
to talk to him. What's his name?
I'll break his
Dave?
fucking
What's
legs,
his name?
Dave.
Juan, get him!
Get him on. Use lightning. Quick, he's getting away.
Gotta shut this shit down. Yeah, but that's so. I think that that we'll get. We're going to have some people coming in, but like I said, I think what's his face has done Walker Stalker and stuff.
Oh,
like
John
that.
Brenthal.
Yeah,
He's,
so
he's very well versed in this too.
I don't know that he's gonna have a huge draw, but
Oh, you mean that people have already seen him and stuff?
Yeah,
he's not
right,
gonna-
right.
I think he's gonna get you're gonna have a pretty big crowd for him.
Yeah,
Skeet Ulrich has been there already.
yeah, I know.
Has he been to Unvalley?
Yeah, once he was
Yeah.
supposed to be there like 2 other times, and he canceled.
Yes, that's
though.
right.
Yeah,
We saw him in New Jersey the one time.
yep,
Matthew Lillard was there himself. Instead
absolutely.
of Skeet Ulrich.
And that's who we would rather have.
I would rather have him,
Rather,
but
God damn it.
only because I know I get some free drinks.
Well, that and he's just a very pleasant person.
I have a high opinion of him. after that.
down to earth. And then it was funny because I was I was scrolling through Facebook one day. This was a long time ago, and his picture came up, and people were like, "Oh, he's so nice. He's so nice." And like, "Oh, I've never met him before. He seems like he would be a cool guy, whatever."
Mhm.
And then so I was like, I gotta share my Matthew Lillard story here. So I put the whole thing in there, and then like 3 or 4 people, like within 20 minutes, were like, "He did the same kind of thing with us." And so it's like this is his MO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems
He's giving back.
that's his. That's what he wants to do. Just like Kane Hodder.
Yeah.
When he wants, like, he even said, like, I don't remember if you were there with me, but he said something about how it was all about hanging out afterward. Like, he said something on the con floor to
Yeah.
somebody else that I overheard. He was like, "Yeah, I'll be there. That's what it's all about."
I remember him talking about that.
I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, that's cool.
So he likes it. You
Mhm.
know, certain people like it. You know, it's a kind of a bummer. I wish I would have talked to fucking Data from the Goonies
Yeah.
back when he
Yeah.
was like, he had like really no line. I had no fucking clue that he was about to get into like big
Everything
projects
again.
and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, this guy's having like a whole renewed career.
Yeah, it's
I love
great.
it.
That's a fucking. It's great. Okay, so before we started the show, there was a wasp. Do you see it?
Yep.
Okay, all right. It looked like it just went straight through the ceiling to me. There's a
We're gonna get stung several times.
wasp
during
or a
this.
yellow jacket flying around in the room here, and we couldn't find it before the show, and now it's back.
Thankfully, neither of us are allergic. But
That's right.
If we do
As far
die,
as we know, yeah.
right,
Then
we'll find out some new.
at least we're
information.
ending on an even episode,
Yeah.
290.
290.
That's what it's all about, But I think that it's important to remember that when we can all get together and just have a regular ass experience,
Mhm.
there's no need for all of this washing your hair in a fountain and all this kind of shit. Just,
I mean, that's part of the fun of it, though.
that's it.
The quirkiness.
Oh yeah, that's what I want. I want to watch Wednesday Addams come up to the bar
my God.
and drink an entire whiskey glass of Jaeger in one shot.
I can't tell you how many days I felt like the face she made after that.
Every
And
time.
then she hobbled off with her cane.
That's
right
it.
after
Nice
that.
and slow. Not just taking her time as the buzz sets in. Oh my God, I love that moment so much. That is definitely on my top 5. That's my top 5 favorite moments. And I met fucking Tim Curry.
I so wish this is a moment where I wish we had.
Camera
devices.
eyes. Oh my God, me
Share
too.
it.
Yep.
You wouldn't believe the exasperation on her fucking face.
It was so amazing. Every time I take a shot, or like sometimes when I drink my first sip of coffee in the morning, like when it's really hot and I'm feeling, cold or whatever, I'll just take that first sip and I'll just like, oh yeah, this is life.
It was
this is
like-
life. And I was like, I feel like Wednesday Addams right now. Coming to grips.
Oh God.
Oh man, see now the thing I would have liked to do, it would have been pulled her aside and been like, listen, let's get a whole bottle.
Yeah. Let's finish
Where are you
this
staying?
bitch.
Let's just get together,
She was
sit
probably
around
trying
and
to
talk.
fuck her.
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what she thinks. She's gonna be drunk. She'll pass out. And then we'll just take a bunch of selfies with her while she's
While she's passed
and
out.
people don't know whether she's dead or not. But it'll be okay because we'll go back the next day and we'll be like, hey, remember us? Maybe you don't. Here's a bunch of pictures. Now
Blackmail time.
buy us a bottle.
Turn around and use it as
It's
black belt.
all about
She'd be
balance.
like, I
We
don't.
just
She'd be
need
like,
the
this is
balance.
the most relevant thing that's ever happened to me in
This is
this like
It's
last.
going to be all over
20,
the
30
news.
years.
All over the
I
news.
want this to happen.
Yeah, that's right. Please, please. Yeah, I hope that it all works out for her. I hope she gets to drink a lot more Jaeger, and I really hope she comes back so we can watch her do it again.
I would love it. If I ever saw her coming back to the thing, I'm 100% gonna like toss a drink down her way and be like, I know what you want.
Send her the bottle.
You
Send
want.
her bottle service time.
That's right.
That's it. You sit in that booth next to Doug Bradley over there. We're sending you a bottle of Jaeger over. Give me
That's
your
right.
cane.
Give me your
You're not
gonna need
going
this
anywhere.
tonight.
You're not going anywhere.
Hand it over, old lady. Like,
You're
got your foot on her chest.
Listen, the sun has set on your career. Drink this bottle of licorice shit. It's cold. It's just, I can't wait. I can't wait because just the whole thing, the whole weekend, and the worse it gets, the better it is. It's
That's right.
just,
It's a win-win.
it's so good.
It's a complete win-win.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. Are you nervously looking around?
Yeah,
for-
I'm nervously scanning the word for this wasp that I know is around
It
here
keeps
somewhere.
disappearing. I don't know where it
It's
is,
all
but as long as it's not in my drink, that's all that matters.
Right.
But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how it all turns out. I thought I had something else I wanted.
The queen is dead.
The queen is dead. We didn't talk about that yet.
I haven't covered that one
The
yet.
queen is dead. It was
Long
interesting.
live the queen.
No, we did talk about this last week, but
Talk about it again.
it's going on for a whole week anyway. It's going on longer than that.
Somebody rang my doorbell the other day. Kids keep like ding dong ditching my fucking door.
I'm telling you, man.
Does this happen to you too?
No, I've got.
I'm ready
it's because
to
I've got
set up a
security
saw trap.
cameras.
I'm gonna set up a salt trap on my doorbell because
Yeah.
it would have worked for this instance too.
Yeah.
So there was some crappy SUV thing or like minivan almost kind of thing
Mm-hmm.
parked down in my driveway. This is at like noon or something, right?
Okay.
Middle of the day. None of my neighbors are home.
Right.
Obviously, there's no cars anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I hear a ding dong. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I go down and I look out the people like I normally do.
Right.
3 old ladies. They look like they're on their way to bingo.
Right.
They got some kind of clipboard in their hands, and they're like, and I just quietly listen
Huh?
to hear what's going on.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
And they're like, oh, I didn't get to it. I just got wrapped up with the queen. Just got
Oh, yeah.
caught up in it. And I was like,
Do you mean
all right.
the
I
preparation of the body, or
I stood there. I guess whatever kind of meaningless nonsense she was going to do, she got wrapped up with other meaningless nonsense of the queen's
She's
death.
like, Brendan Fraser, he even had to cancel his appearance at a local
I would open the door then.
convention
I'd have been like, oh,
because he had to come and help prepare the body. He's
he's the only one who knows how to
He's a
mummifiy.
professional.
He's the only one who knows how to deal with mummies. He probably is the reason she's dead. He ran through with a shotgun. He came and he kicked some poor native Egyptian guy out of the way,
That's it.
shot her in the face.
Kicked him right into the fountain.
It's like, don't touch those jars of organs. Like a
That's
locust came
Oh yeah.
descending upon him. He had to get his whole family out of there quick.
This is
Lickety
it.
split.
This is it. You got
Rock
to
didn't
hurry
show
up.
up because
That's it.
he was doing fast or furious or something.
Right. Whatever was available at the time. Yeah. Yeah.
I just stood there and waited until they veered off. But I was like, I'm not answering the door for these old tags.
Mhm.
What do they want? There's no way in hell it's important enough for me to open this door.
Of course. Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna go back upstairs and do what I was doing,
Yeah.
which is work, which
Yeah.
equates to me playing video games.
Right.
Okay? They're disturbing my day.
Yeah.
I'm busy.
Just should have just opened the door and said, "Can I help you?" and then just slam it.
I mean, there's a part of me that wanted to just be like, what the fuck do you want?
Yeah,
And
right.
start screaming out in their faces and just acting
Yeah.
belligerent and weird.
Yeah.
And just get them to kind of fuck off and be like, we're sorry, we're disturbing you.
Yeah.
Ah! with my eyes crossed, just slobbering. come like brandishing a spatula or something at them.
Just say, "Do you have it? Do you have it?"
I mean, quick, get the fuck in here now.
That's right.
Get in here now.
That's right.
Get the fuck in
Like
here.
looking up at the sky. Like, hurry up.
Got
Yeah.
You know, all you old fuckers get.
Wearing like giant headphones.
Tinfoil around my head. Oh my god.
You
I
should
got
have Doc
ideas.
Browned it. You
I
should have
got
Doc
ideas.
Browned it.
Oh,
Don't say anything.
don't say it. Not a word now. Not a word.
Suction cup with her head.
You know what this means?
You're from the Navy Auxiliary. Do you know what this means? Means that this damn thing doesn't work at all. One of my favorite lines in the whole movie because it's true.
I should have been that old guy.
Yep.
To deal with those old people.
You have to match their energy. This is Christopher Lloyd 101.
Just maybe another option is just open the door and start screaming
do
until they
an Ace Ventura where you just
or just pull my pants down and talk through my butt.
that works too. Yeah, that all works. It
Is
all
that
works.
considered indecent exposure?
It depends to
Should I have
the
seen that as
layer.
a kid?
The layer that you disrupt. Now, see, I got this at Sam's Club or Boscov's, one or the other. The one time that I went when I was a kid, and I remember watching it twice, and then the tape disappeared. And I found out once I got older that was because my mother saw me watching it, and she saw some scene she did not approve of, and she disappeared the tape.
Oh no, your mom's like the CIA.
She
tape was-
retconned it. It was gone. You never had that tape.
It's called the Mandela effect,
That's
Matt.
right.
You'll remember this.
You'll
Maybe never. Maybe some
You'll
other
remember
way.
this in therapy. It'll be fine.
You'll block it out for now. That's your mom.
Thanks, Mom. God bless.
Oh, that's
You
like
saved
your
me.
mom knows how to parent.
She knew what to do.
She saved you from that indecency.
I'll tell you,
That vulgarity.
the vulgarity of butt speech.
It's not meant for the eyes of babes.
I'll tell you, it certainly never helped me when I had to give speeches. The 4 times
people
that I
do-
did it.
They don't listen harder, but they watch harder.
Well, and that's the idea. You want to get their attention enough.
Especially if you poop during the time you're performing.
Sorry, I drank a lot last night. You gotta handle it the way that you can. It's not always about the right way. It's handling it the way that you can. Just ask Wednesday Addams. You know, that's the
The
bottom.
queen of all.
That's right.
handling it
That's right.
the best.
That queen is still alive.
That's right.
That's
She'll
the
have
one
another
we
drink
want.
tonight.
That's right. That's exactly right. And I'll tell you what else we're gonna have is some weird news.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
We're going to the car. Come on.
I'm taking the tape back. I'm taking that fucking
The
back.
tape is going back.
It's going
I don't
back.
care what their return policy
You never
is.
watched this
You've
tape.
never seen it. I'm going to tell them you've never seen it.
Mom, can we rep Ace Ventura again? You've never seen it
You've
before.
never seen it.
And
You
you'll
mean
do
for the
well to
first
remember
time.
that.
That's right. This is the first time. Juan is saying she used to be married to a porn star. Are you talking about Wednesday Addams, Juan? Because if so, I want to know who she was married to, because I did not know this.
Interesting.
Let me know about that while I'm getting us all ready here for the weird news segment. Yeah, it is Wednesday Addams. Okay, do you know who she was married to? Do you know what the person's name was?
Bong dang.
Dong,
Donkey dong.
That's it. Let's do a little flash of it. There you go, everybody. D. This show brought to you by.
The number one
God.
export of weird, unknown nations.
Lisa Loring, was that what her name was? Juan's asking. Yeah.
I do not recall.
Okay, that might be.
Unfortunately.
Well, all we got to do is check the Jaeger.
Look on the label.
Yeah, it's
6
just
bottles reserved for her.
she's the only person that's ever had a missing poster printed on the side of a Jaeger bottle. Have you seen this, Grandma?
Oh my god! I'll tell you what. For that porn star she was married to, every day was hump day.
Every day was. That's exactly right. Can you help me run through some of my stuff for work? Luckily,
That's
there's
fine. Just hand me that tall glass of Jaeger.
That's all you need to do.
That's the face of her just
Give
remembering
me that dark stuff.
all the fucking shit she had to put up with.
Let me see.
Notice how Juan said used to be.
That's right. I said was.
Hold on.
Where did it go? Oh, it's over there.
Ah,
Let me see if I
It's
can
right
get
by
it.
my head.
Let
Or
me see if I
maybe
can
it's
get it.
on me. I don't know.
Get it live on the air, everybody. It's live on the air murder.
I'm
It's
like-
not, no, it's over here on the
Okay.
window somewhere. Oh, that's this thing.
That's a stink bug.
Where the fuck is this thing disappearing to? Hello?
I'm so concerned it's on me right now.
No, it's not.
I can feel it. It's on me.
It's begging me for my retirement one.
It keeps like running into the fan blades and
Yeah.
then getting like spun all around that.
Well, I think it's just getting discouraged.
Wait, is that it? Above
Jared-
the fragile sign?
No, that's stink bug.
Oh god damn it! Why are there so many stink bugs in this fucking
look,
house?
I think it's
There's
we're
another
just-
one.
There's another one. They're just here for the show.
What the fuck? That's our only
Oh, Jerry
audience.
Butler. I don't recognize that name.
Jerry Butler.
But I'm going to do some research and find out who that person
Butler.
was. That's right. I don't know where in the hell it went, but one way or the other,
Jerry Butler's bobbing butts.
Jerry Butler. Yeah, he's got it. He's got it. Definitely see the evidence. Okay, well there we go. There we go. Juan. That's it. I'm all about research. Let me tell you, if there's one thing I'm about, it's research. Okay, let me see. I gotta do this here so that all you guys can see.
Speaking of research,
Yeah, speaking
Here
of
it comes.
research, here comes the.
this is the only time I ever get to see Chris every week.
That's right. It's all.
On
This
this,
is, it's
the
the only,
title screen here.
this is the only thing that we got. All right, let me get the weird news all queued up over here. It's funny. I was thinking about this the other day. It's basically the recording is just for like maybe 3 or 4 people.
Oh yeah,
And this is the actual show. You guys are watching the actual show right now.
this is the best part.
Everything else is just compulsory at this point.
Mhm.
We started it. We got to keep going. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. That's the name of the game right there. All right. Let's see here. All right, here we go. Oh, no, not yet. Almost. And now we're ready. Okay, here we go, folks. Weird news time, everybody. Allison and Juan. We did have 4. Greg was here.
Oh, nice.
I don't know who the 4th was, but
Beer,
Oh, well.
maybe?
maybe, yeah. She might have stopped in. All righty. So I when I was drumming, as I normally do through the weird news intro, I hit my beer. So
Spill it all over the place.
we'll recover one day. We'll recover with a few shots. All right. So it's weird news time, everybody. Here we go. We've got everything working again
The
this
weirdest
week.
news for the week you'll ever hear.
You're
You're not
gonna-
gonna find anything weirder than this.
If you
Darren fucking T.
if you find it weirder, we didn't know about it.
Right.
That's
right,
That's our
actually.
motto. That's our motto. I'll tell you what else is our motto. The term emergency and AAA typically
Uh-huh.
will connotate a roadside incident.
Sure. Of course.
Well, certain doctors in Dublin, however, are unlikely to ever associate those terms with anything but a recent surgery during which they found dozens of batteries in a 66-year-old woman's colon and stomach.
she won't
She
stop
won't
eating
stop eating
batteries.
batteries, like little batteries, like watch battery.
Circle battery. This is literally the guy's
It's-
wife
it's
from
it.
that I Think You Should Leave sketch.
And that's why I pulled it.
This is
because,
perfect.
We had to.
That is that gives a whole new context to the brown stuff all over it.
Wild shit. Yeah, that's not battery acid this time. I mean, maybe for some of them, I can't really tell if any of the caps are blown. Maybe some of them are.
It's so weird though. Like I gotta hear more. This is weird.
It's rough. Well, the report of the incident published Thursday in the Irish Medical Journal detailed the patient's arrival at St. Vincent's Hospital, where an X-ray revealed the foreign objects in her body. Miraculously, none were obstructing her gastrointestinal tract.
Mm.
So here's
why she was able to continue eating them.
She did it. That is
Holy
the
shit.
X-ray of all of the batteries in her body.
It looks like a bunch of shotgun shells.
It does.
Glittering her inside.
She's just ready to reload at any time.
The
Doctors.
surgery was done at no charge.
No. Well, that's it.
Just wait. It's coming.
So doctors initially decided to wait in hopes that she would pass the batteries out of her body naturally, though she
Oh my God, they're waiting for her to shit 32 batteries out of her ass?
She's an Energizer bunny. So though she released 5 AA batteries in the first week, subsequent x-rays showed that most were still stuck inside, and she began experiencing abdominal pain.
Oh, wow.
Okay?
Surprise,
So
surprise.
we're all coming through here. So after,
Also, wouldn't an X-ray potentially cause a lot of harm?
like the
when
batteries
there's
explode.
batteries in your goddamn stomach?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
it's kind of like speed, but for like temperature. She has to keep herself
right.
at an even temperature.
Gary's are screaming. I start, gotta keep it above 90.
Well, after realizing her distended stomach was hanging above the pubic bone due to weight of the batteries,
Oh my God.
surgeons cut into her abdomen and successfully removed 46 of them. So
Holy shit.
there you go.
There was 51 or whatever?
Yeah. Did we get a full count in there?
There was 5 that she shat out. And
Yeah.
46
Oh, okay. Yeah.
that they
So there you
removed.
go. So with some math.
So 51, I guess, total. Oh my God.
Unfortunately for all involved, 4 additional batteries remained trapped in her colon.
Oh, no.
This is really getting rough.
What?
So as described in the report, doctors, quote, milked them into her rectum to remove them from her anus.
Ooh, is this what she wanted all along?
This is she was just waiting.
She's like, I can't get my husband to touch me anymore.
So-
If I swallow 56 batteries, I get somebody to touch me. And milk these out of
Deep,
my
too.
rectum. I just been wanting my rectum milk for so.
Sometimes you just need that itch scratched, What are you gonna do?
And what better way to do it than to eat 46 batteries?
It's gotta be. There's only one road leads to Rome, as they say. This brought the total amount of batteries she ingested, both AA and AAA. It's all about variety, to a whopping 55.
Okay, I'm sorry, I did a little wrong now.
So it's okay. So to the best of our knowledge, this case represents the highest reported numbers of batteries ingested at a single point in time, and you know damn well she's going to be on the
Orphis
the
report.
Orphis report.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come the end
I
of this
just
year.
read one of Juan's comments, and I just lost my whole train of thought.
We
So-
are closer to the Orphis report than
Yes.
we have been all year.
Yes, it's exactly right. I can't wait.
It's
Wait.
coming.
It's coming. It's coming down. It's a fan favorite.
Wait on
It's a
bated
fan.
breath.
It's a
It
fan
is.
favorite apparently.
It better be. That's
from
that's-
those. So
it's one of our only consistent bits.
that's exactly right. There you go. We're actually going to do another one today at the end of the weird news. But anyhow, while the incident certainly inspired curious bafflement, the report reminded readers that the ingestion of batteries is a serious, albeit unusual, method of self-harm. And the authors noted that the act can cause severe illness issues, including mucosal injury, perforation, and, of course, obstruction.
I don't know why they're not listing death as a higher potential, because if a battery blows up in your fucking stomach,
Yeah.
I know that the batteries are acidic and so is your
Right,
stomach.
right.
But, like, and I know your stomach acid is pretty goddamn powerful.
It's good stuff.
pretty
Yeah.
scary.
Mhm.
But yeah, that I don't imagine that it's not gonna like perforate your fucking bowels.
It's not good. You don't want to do this.
You know the reason we chew stuff up, the reason we have fucking teeth is to make it soft down there, so it goes slides right through.
That's what you want. You want
Slip and
small
slide.
pieces. You want small pieces. You want the consistency of a slushy. That's what I was once told by somebody.
Right.
It might have been an emergency room doctor
That's-
when I had all
that's-
those
that makes-
9 bolts removed.
That makes all chew it up a little bit better,
That's a
son.
little bit more. You want to get these down to like watch battery size.
Yeah,
That's what you're going for.
If it doesn't chew up good in your mouth,
Right.
okay, then you probably shouldn't swallow
You
it.
don't want to do it. Yeah, spit it out. It's better that way,
Spit.
folks. But you know,
Spitter.
so that's right. And in this
Spitting
particular,
ain't quitting.
that's right. Spitting ain't quitting in this particular instance, because it's going to get a real charge out of you one way or the other. So sometimes people don't get to do the whole anal milking thing. But I'll tell you what they do get to do. A teenage chess player who managed to beat a world champion last week is now denying his incredible win was the result of cheating.
You know what's funny? I actually came across something like this in a random video scroll. It was like somebody was saying that the title was basically, "This is the biggest scandal to ever go on in chess." This
Really?
guy conceded defeat, and you're going to get more into it, but it was weirdly suspicious that there's some kind of that there's an implication that maybe it was rigged. Anyways, go on.
Well,
I'm curious to hear
not
more
in this
about it.
instance, not with this particular match that we're talking about. But I was reading through some article the other day, and they were talking about old machines, old computers, basically. And there was this one that was I think it was chess, maybe checkers, but it was like one of those board games. And it was a machine that would play, and they took this thing all over Europe. This was before the States existed and all that. Took it all over Europe and everything. And then at the very end of this 3-year period of people trying to defeat this machine, they found out that there was a guy inside this box, and he was just controlling the movements of the pieces from inside. He was just like a chess master or something like that.
What?
Why the fuck would you get out of the box and just go beat all these people?
I'm ChessBot 3000.
Yeah.
No. I want to be a robot.
That's right. Gotta be.
I want people to feel. I don't want them to be. I want them to feel embarrassed that the machine beat them.
That's I think really what it was. They were scared of machines, and so they gave them the edge. I don't know.
He was a transhuman.
Yeah,
he identified as a robot.
Listen,
that's why he was able to.
He's a pioneer as far as I'm concerned. That's where we're going to settle on that. Well, I'll tell you where we settled with this. The 19-year-old Hans Niemann pulled off a major upset by defeating Norwegian Grandmaster Magnus Carlsen.
This is the one I heard about.
Okay. Yep. At the Sinquefield Cup in St. Louis on September 4th. And the win has prompted some bizarre theories in the chess world. Okay. This is the reason why we're talking about this.
Right.
A rumor circulating currently on social media and presently unsupported by concrete evidence suggests that Niemann was tapping into a computer program through a prostate massager.
Wait, hold on. Oh my God. This comes from what I saw in this video. I'm reminded here. There was some kind of relay, like a toe, this toe sensor relay or something like that this person could make inputs with their feet.
Yeah.
Because that was not scrutinized.
Right.
And it was a way for them to cheat, essentially. That was what they're saying. But you're saying that a prostate massager?
Allegedly, a prostate massager.
3 buzzes go to put to night 4.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Pieces going, knocking everything over.
Slapping the whole thing.
Well, the alternative would be wireless anal beads.
Oh, God.
One or the other. That could secretly communicate winning moves to him. Back in July, a techie named James Stanley experienced how such technology might work embedded into shoe inserts that the player could wear undetected. So that's what you're talking about. We're tying it in. So, yes, Juan says, more milky anal plastic. Yep, that's it.
They're milking out a win this time,
Yep,
Juan.
that's right. Finally. Exactly right. Yep.
Got to milk it to victory.
Sometimes you got to pull that wind right out of your ass. So Niemann's insisted that the win was legitimate and suggested that he was willing to debunk the anal beads theory.
You can look right at my asshole. Look out there.
Look at that thing.
Get a flashlight. Get Billy Zane's flashlight boy up in here. Show him.
He said, if they want to strip me fully naked, I'll do it. I don't care because I know I'm clean.
Huge cock.
My dick is enormous.
I'm not afraid. I play chess for fun, not because I have to. I got a huge dong. I got a big ding dang dong, and I can flop it all right on this table. I knock every piece off the board with it.
I'll wipe all these tables from over here. No worries.
I milk my anus for fun.
That's right.
I don't do it to cheat.
Give me that trophy. Well, after that whole tirade, give me that trophy.
He's butt naked, covered in butter. He's like, you can't catch me. Try to put your hands on this. I'm too slippery. I'll slip right out
I
of
took off my patented uniform, covered in butter now.
it.
This is the next game. I live in my own soul world. You have to catch me. Well, although Carlson is rated the top player in the world by the International Chess Federation, he abruptly withdrew after Neiman defeated him in the third round. His only comment so far was a cryptic tweet of a 2020 speech by Portuguese soccer manager. I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I'm in big trouble, and I don't want to be in big trouble.
This was the evidence in that video where I came across. They were saying that there's some kind of conspiratorial cheating.
Something's
happening.
going on, and the only time you want to have that is when you're in Little China. So right. No one has proven that he cheated, but Slate noted that he was accused of cheating during prize money matches on chess.com and was banned from the site. So something's going on here. We're going to have a movie star and Vince Vaughn at some point telling this story. But he basically summed up the controversy as sour grapes from Carlson. It must be embarrassing for the world champion to lose to an idiot like me. He said, I feel bad for him. That's it. It's a beautiful thing. So there you go.
What a way to just like rub salt in that wound.
You got it.
He probably did cheat. Fucking sounds like an asshole.
I mean, if you're, some people they put all their eggs in that basket, and other people just shove them up their ass. I guess that's sometimes you got to do.
You can win when something's up your butt. You'll 100% win. You'll either win the milking
Yep.
that you've been waiting for.
That's right.
Or some chess tournament.
It's a win-win, really. It doesn't really matter how the cards are dealt.
Can't hurt.
Either way, you're getting cards. So I'll tell you who else got a card. An armed Donald Trump supporter who told cops he wanted to restore the, quote, President King of the United States was arrested at a Dairy Queen in Pennsylvania.
Oh, boy.
Where he said he wanted to kill Democrats and liberals.
Okay.
This is his goal. Jan Stawowski, 61, was arrested without a struggle on multiple felony charges, according to police. Several people were inside the fast food restaurant at the time. He was wearing a yellow safety vest and a rainbow-colored wig. He was also armed with a loaded .40 caliber pistol when officers arrived Saturday to investigate a motorist report of an erratic driver pulling into a Dairy Queen.
Isn't it funny?
Isn't that a weekend? That's my question.
Isn't that a great time? And that could have been.
It's just a Sunday.
If it was next weekend, it would have been me and Matt.
Absolutely
up
right.
There with a clown wig.
You know it. You
screaming,
know it.
Kill these people. Isn't it funny that you don't have Democrats and liberals explaining? Oh, there he goes.
I think that was another stink bug. Actually,
some sort of flying terror.
Flying creature. Yeah.
But isn't it funny that you don't see liberals and Democrats going out and proclaiming this and shooting up places?
What, that Trump is the president king?
Yeah, and be like, I'm going to kill the other side.
Oh,
like you don't have. Typically, you don't have. And I'm not trying to advocate one thing or the other.
Sure.
I'm just saying, isn't it funny that it's typically Republican?
Well, yeah, because
men
they're
going
more
around
aggro about it. That's why.
Screaming that they're going to shoot people up.
Listen to me, or you're going to die. That's sort of the idea.
It seems to, and I'm just subjectively looking at it, but it seems to walk. The belief structure seems to walk hand in hand with ignorance.
Well, that's the thing.
Might
is right.
Just saying, it might not be right.
Just a liberal perspective.
You might be wrong.
Yeah, that might be a problem here. You are a Dairy Queen in a rainbow-colored wig, and you were driving erratically when you came into the parking lot.
Please take your Frosty home.
You need to you can leave it. It's ready. It's ready. It's DQ. You can have it your way. Whatever slogan will help you get out of here faster. But upon arrest, he declared he was undercover with Pennsylvania State Police working on a major drug sting. He then yelled profanities at officers and called himself a prophet who will kill all the Democrats because Trump was still president. And he claimed he was working to restore Trump to President King of the United States, according to what police reports had said.
Well, that was a title he once held.
Yeah.
Only in the minds of his followers.
That's right. Well,
President King.
Well,
actually, why doesn't Trump try to go become the new Queen of England?
If
he was playing his cards right, That's a job you'd have to do even less for. And
This
you
is
get to
true. It's
inherit royal wealth.
very.
You get to be dynastical about it.
That's it. Absolutely right. Well, Dairy Queen manager reportedly told police.
Trump would be the new President King.
Yeah.
Sir, this is a Dairy Queen.
this is the Queen. The Dairy Queen.
The Dairy-
Yeah.
And the king.
Yeah.
He'll marry the queen here at this court.
Are you the queen?
I just feel bad for this person at this point. Like,
Maybe he's a queen. We
this
don't know.
dude-
That might be.
this dude is just in need of something more than something a little stronger than the blizzard.
And a little stronger than a blizzard, a little less than the storm. It's definitely an important thing. Well, he visited the eatery earlier and placed $120 on the counter as a tip for quote non-Democrats. Now, if there's any Democrats, they can't have this tip, but everybody else can have the tip. Police then seized 2 other guns and ammunition that he had waiting in his car.
Isn't it funny? This is a little microcosm of an issue of
Yeah.
like this type of person is loaded
Mhm.
like, with full of guns, plenty of ammo.
Yes.
That's a little concerning. I'm not saying, one thing or another. I'm just saying that's a little weird.
Just get your Frosty and go home.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying.
Leave the guns at home in the Dairy Queen.
You don't have to attack everyone that doesn't agree with you.
For some people, you do.
Yeah. Well, and another one of those people is an executive
There he is.
at a vegan food products company has been charged with felony battery and making terroristic threats after a fracas outside a football game in which he was accused of biting a man's nose. So this
It
is
is Beyond Meat.
This is Beyond Meat
It's
chief
Beyond-
operator Doug Ramsey, and he's been accused of road rage attack outside Saturday's game between Arkansas and Missouri State, and according to Fayetteville Television. So here we have the
Let's-
chief of operations.
This is irony at its best.
It really is, and I love it, and I love it. I would imagine
This just goes to show you how bad those Beyond Burgers are, because
It's-
this guy was
it's-
craving human nose.
he
as opposed to
wanted
eating
real
this-
meat so bad.
He has a lifetime supply
He was
that's
ready.
Beyond Meat,
He was ready.
and it drove him insane.
Yep, that's
It made him hungry for face.
he smelled the blood, and he was like,
Ah!
I haven't smelled this in so long. Police
The blood makes it taste
That's
good.
right. The blood makes it better.
Plants don't hurt when they die.
Plants
And that's-
don't bleed enough.
And that's the reason that it doesn't taste as good.
That's it.
Because
That's
there's
it.
no pain.
That's it. That we need the pain. Otherwise, what's the point in the burger? Police.
Every grilling establishment is just like the puzzle box.
That's
It's
exactly
all
right. They
Hellraiser.
all have their own little labyrinths everywhere
It's
you
all
go.
pain.
It's a beautiful thing. Police report said that the 53-year-old Fayette man attacked another man who tried to inch in front of him in the parking garage. And made contact with a wheel on Ramsey's sport utility vehicle.
Okay,
Driving.
he had like the
Driving
slice
it.
fender bender, and
Yeah.
his
His-
response was to Mike Tyson him in the face.
Apparently, it was.
What the fuck?
So, a police officer responded to the reported disturbance and arrived to find 2 males with bloody faces. After speaking with Ramsey, the other man, and a witness, the officer determined that Ramsey had gotten out of his SUV, punched through the back windshield of another car. The driver of another vehicle said he emerged from his car, pulled him in close, and started punching him in the body. And then he went and bit the owner's nose, ripping the flesh of the tip of the nose off.
I don't know if this is an indictment or an endorsement for this
Yeah, I
Beyond
know,
Meat.
but
Because
just
this is like
keep him-
superhuman strength
He's-
and fury.
he's like a fucking great white of a human being. He smells blood in the water, and that's it. He just goes into animal.
He really did turn into Mike Tyson. He
Yeah.
punched through that window,
Yep.
ripped the man out, gave him a bunch of body punches,
And then
bit the tip of his nose right off. Swallowed it. You'll never get that back.
You'll never get back. I'm breaking my code for this.
I'm doing it just for you.
Just for you.
Just to make a point.
If there
You scratched my wheel.
you scratch my wheel, and if a parking garage is not a sanctuary, I don't know what is.
It's not going to be a sanctuary. It's going to be a cage.
That's right.
For a bloodthirsty death match.
cage match Thursday night here at the end of this football game. Well,
Wow.
the man and the witness also reported hearing Ramsey threatened to kill the man. Beyond Meat has not responded with a message when we were seeking a comment. So They apparently didn't have anything to say because what
Go
are they
back
going to
to
say?
Europe, you fucking piece of shit.
There you go.
Go back to
Is
where
he
you
from-
came
is he
from.
from
He
Europe?
looks like it. Look at his. Look
He
at this.
looks,
Look at the big old thick ass dumb neck.
he looks like an American to me.
Yeah, he does, but you know where they came from. They came from Europe.
Get back over there.
They-
The Queen's
The
dead.
Native Americans are the ones who are
That's right.
originally from here.
Yeah, he's
I'll tell you
certainly
what.
not native.
I haven't seen a Native American or heard of a Native American ripping the skin off of somebody since the time that they had to fight for
Since
their
the time
homeland
that the British got here initially.
when they first came here. So
You're welcome.
did we just change my point of view on the metal? We tamed those savages,
Well, that's
didn't
what
we?
we told you. We showed you what to do, and then forgot about it and did it ourselves.
The irony of the savagery with which the bloodthirstiness.
Yeah,
Which I
I'm
suppose,
telling you.
like I said, I don't know if it's an indictment or an endorsement.
Right.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
this is
It
the
either gave him
question.
the strength,
This
the
is it.
superhuman, unnatural strength to punch through that window and beat the hell out of that man,
He's waiting.
or it gave him the bloodthirsty appetite
You know it.
to
Every-
push him over the
Every
edge.
day, his blood pressure is getting higher and higher as he sits in his office above the factory floor, and he just watches all these fake burgers getting made, and he's just getting angrier and angrier. And finally, it's just seething. Yeah, it's just like, they shut down my cattle ranch for this place.
His whole goal in life has been to ascend the ranks.
And to add insult to injury, they made him head of production.
We want to buy you out and we
He's
want to
just-
give you a job. We don't want to leave you high and dry now.
That's where he's at.
And,
It's
hence,
just-
and now a man has no tip of a nose any longer.
and yep.
He looks like he took a shot to the head, maybe.
Yeah, maybe that might have been from when the people were like, "What the fuck is going on?" Yeah, you never know. You never know what happened there.
Man, I'll tell you, that is a scary motherfucker. That I just feel like that type of person should not be allowed back out into the world.
Yeah,
Because if you have that kind of if you have that compulsion and you act on it,
Right.
you're that kind of person. I just don't think you belong. Is there like a trash can for people?
sometimes you just got to get rid of them. That's what
Woo.
that's what you're gonna do. And
For a
sometimes
minor offense.
just gonna eat the whole nose.
Eat that whole nose
Eat
right
the
off.
whole nose right off. Just go ahead back. Well, I'll tell you who isn't going to eat the whole nose off. An Australian pub has been roasted after it announced plans to host a wet T-shirt contest on the public holiday dedicated to the mourning of Queen Elizabeth II.
Woo!
That's what you want to
Bonus
want.
points if you look like the queen.
She lived her. Jesus.
They gotta shoot the hose down at their feet though.
My mom died 3 days ago. I brought her in. Looks just like the Queen. This is exactly what you would have wanted. She spent enough time being uptight. Now it's time to let loose.
Let it all hang
Swing
out.
low, sweet chariots. The Roebuck Bay Hotel, a Western Australian venue in the town of Broome, with an E at the end, of course, announced that they would be holding the event to celebrate the life of Queen Lizzie.
Quinn
Quinn-
Elizabeth
Quinn
Hansen.
Bell Follis.
I 100%. This would be totally in character for Australia
Yeah.
to denigrate this event
Right.
because they used to be a fucking prison.
Well, that's the
for
idea, yeah.
Europeans, like
That-
there's no respect for the Queen, even though they're under the banner of colonization, right? They're like,
Yes,
you know what? We ran out
yes.
of places to conquer. Let's go conquer that old prison again. Let's
oh
go
my
take
God.
it back
So-
over.
just-
Let's colonize it.
people
we
love
can
sequels.
Get these savages
They love
up
sequels.
up in order. Get them in order.
We're going to have them eating noses in no time. Facebook post read, join us Wednesday night for a special wet T-shirt contest in the Oasis Bar to celebrate the life of Queen Lizzie.
I love the irreverence.
That's Queen Lizzie, to you. Shorten the name and everything.
Queen Lizzie.
You know who she is. Enter the wet T-shirt contest for your chance to win the equivalent of $750
Ooh.
with DJ Sam T on the deck from 8 p.m. To late into the night.
Hell yeah.
So there you go.
With the deluge or the deluge of news that goes on constantly.
Right.
Weird news is like strangely enough, Weird News is kind of your glimpse, your little window into some of the common stuff that goes on.
What it is,
some
all
of the
across
common,
the world.
lighthearted, fun stuff. Because otherwise, this isn't going to get picked up and like really spread around.
Yeah, no.
Who gives a fuck?
Right, exactly.
Is it really like that big of a deal? I mean, they're being a little irreverent about it. There's probably 14 million other people doing the same exact thing.
And you know there's going to be like 7 people here. And
Yeah.
and 6 of them are going to be dudes.
Yeah, they're all
So
going to be
it's-
regulars who don't even know the event's
They-
going on.
no,
They're just like
yeah.
there for their weekly beer.
They're just looking for a drink, just looking for a pint, as they say. So someone wrote, "You need to take a long look at yourselves, horrible people.
Oh my
How
God.
disgusting and low class. Please show some respect." But according to the West Australian, the event organizers expect it to be a packed house
Hell yeah.
and maintain that the venue has good intentions in honor of the late Queen.
Well, fuck the
There
Queen.
you go. There you
Fuck
go.
that royal family.
That's it.
Aren't they in some very, very sketchy stuff? Like some supremely sketchy stuff, the royal family.
Oh, for fuck's sake, yeah.
Like-
They destroyed most of the world.
Their lineage
quote,
did, yeah.
colonized all these places. All they did was just kill them and make them slaves. I mean, it's the same goddamn thing. Jesus Christ. Well, I told
It's just like Australia.
workers are trying to take advantage of the bonus public holiday by turning it into an extra long weekend. This is how Black Friday actually got its name in the United States. When Thanksgiving holidays was always on Thursday, many workers would not come in on Friday. Hence, it was the dark day for owners. So there's your little tidbit of information for the day.
That actually there was a little bit of relevance to that
Well, you know,
story.
sometimes, you know, if you're going to show me your tits, give me a factoid too. That's what I say. I enjoy the little
Not just here for
quote
these
on the
nipples.
bottle cap. It's great. I enjoy it. It's wonderful. Thank you. Now let's see some brain. All right, we want the brain too. That's what we're after, folks. And speaking of brain, we're doing one that we talked about before. I think this is going to be our 3rd round of talking about this. These are the Ig Nobel Awards. Okay.
Oh.
We've talked about them in several different ways. I've pronounced it several ways. At one point, we thought that the IG was an abbreviation for Instagram. There's been a lot of confusion around these awards. But after more research and repetition, I can now say with a great deal of confidence that it's referred to as the Ig Nobel Awards. So the sex lives of constipated scorpions, cute ducklings with an innate sense of physics, and a life-size rubber moose may not appear to have much in common. But what they all have in common is that they've inspired the winners of this year's Ig Nobel's Award, the prize for comical scientific achievement. So it still
It's
holds.
an achievement.
It's still an achievement. So held less than a month before the actual Nobel Prizes are announced, the 32nd annual Ig Nobel Awards. We've been doing far more shows than they have. Prize ceremony was for the 3rd year in a row, a pre-recorded affair on the Annals of Incomparable Research magazine's website. Great.
A highly lauded,
I'll tell you, the
highly
the
reputable.
AIR. There's nothing that we love more than Air magazine. So we all need our air in order to breathe. The winners honored in 10 categories also included scientists who found that when people are on a blind date and are attracted to each other, their heart rates synchronize. And researchers who took a look at why legal documents can be so utterly baffling, even to lawyers themselves.
Well, what do they need? A scientific exploration into that?
Apparently
To get
we
an
do.
answer for that?
Apparently we do.
Isn't that just common sense?
That I guess to some people, to others, not so much. As has been an Ig Nobel tradition, real Nobel laureates hand out the prizes using a bit of video trickery. The laureate hands the prize off screen. The winner reaches out and brings it on screen. Winners also receive a virtually worthless Zimbabwe $10 trillion bill.
Why do they have to completely and absolutely throw shade at Zimbabwe in the midst of this thing?
Just
Are they
because.
just shitting right all over?
Just because they can. Just
fuck
because
you,
they can.
and by the way, fuck you, Zimbabwe.
That's right. Zimbabwe, here's what we think of your money.
$10 trillion.
That's
Now
it.
they're gonna look real silly when the Zimbabwe currency
Oh,
finally bounces back
you
up.
just wait. You just wait for inflation to
Coming
kick
back,
in.
baby. It's
Oh, you have
coming
no idea.
Back. It's
Got
going
no
to
idea.
deflate that currency.
Juan's asking what's going on behind that guy. I think it's the
It's the
thinker
thinker.
statue, but he's fallen off of his pedestal.
Yes, exactly.
That's what we're looking at there. Well, science is fun. My sort of tagline is: if you're not doing science, if you're not having fun. We know that that Einstein, he had a blast. Frank Fish, a biology professor at Westchester University in Pennsylvania, he said, who shared the Physics Ig Nobel Award for studying why ducklings follow their mothers in single line formation. An interesting little thing. It's about energy conservation. The ducklings are drafting, much like stock cars, cyclists, and runners do in a race. Eliska, oh boy, here we go. Prochaskova. I think I got that right. Personal experience inspired her to research on dating that earned her and her colleagues in cardiology an Ig Nobel Award. She has no problems finding her apparent perfect match on dating apps, yet she's often found there was no spark when they met face to face. So she set up people on blind dates in real social settings, measured their physiological reactions, and found that their heart rates synchronized when the people were reportedly attracted to one another.
Like without any touching or like
Yes.
other wow, that's actually really kind of interesting.
Yes, it is. It absolutely is. So is her work evidence of love at first sight? She said it really depends on how you define love. What we
That's
found
philosophical question
That's right.
shit.
That's
I'm
right.
talking about
I'm talking
cardiology.
about science.
Okay, this is hard.
Talking about science
This is
here.
evidence.
What we found in our research was that people were able to decide whether they wanted to date their partner very quickly within the first 2 seconds of the date. The participants made
2
a very
seconds.
yeah apparently
Snap decision here.
the participants made a very complex idea about the human sitting in front of them just within seconds. Interesting. So, okay, here we go. And there's another one. Salamary Garcia Hernandez.
Yeah.
That wasn't as bad as it looked like. And Glaucoma Machado of
Yeah.
of Sao Paulo, Brazil, won the biology Ig Nobel for studying whether constipation ruins a scorpion's sex life. I don't know about you, but that's one that's always on the forefront of my mind.
It's
when I
hard
see
because
scorpions.
here's the thing.
Mhm.
There's a little bit of tension going on. You're
Right.
not sure if it's going to all release.
Right. Where's
You're not sure when.
what's getting expelled here?
It's going to when the laxative's going to kick in.
That's right.
But not that would actually wouldn't it strangely kind of indicate that scorpions are preoccupied with that idea,
I guess.
with the idea of discomfort at least.
I mean, maybe. But
Anyways, I'm curious what the results.
Well,
are.
this is exactly why
I'm
we're
tantalizing
recording.
myself.
Yeah, exactly right.
Ow!
Scorpions can detach a body part to escape a predator, a process called autotomy or autotomy.
Autotomy.
There you go, autotomy guns.
Autotomy.
But when they lose their tails, they also lose the last portion of their digestive tract, which leads to constipation and eventually death.
Well,
So the long-term decrease in the low
they literally get constipated to death because they have to lose their tail.
because they lose their tail. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep. So the decrease in their performance of automized males may impair mate searching. They wrote. So basically, the answer is yes, it does.
So I mean, it is kind of funny as far as the premise of these awards.
you know,
This is kind of a common sense thing, right?
yeah, I'd imagine so. Hopefully so.
Scorpions without tails tend to be less successful as far as mating than scorpions with tails.
Right.
Clearly, it's
Well, but they can grow them back. It's just the
back?
period of time between. That's where the dilemma happens.
All right. Okay.
So that's it. Well, Magnus Gers won the safety engineering Ig Nobel for making a moose crash test dummy for his master's thesis, which was published in the Swedish National Road and Transportation Research Institute's magazine. There's a lot of magazines out there. Frequent moose versus vehicle collisions on Sweden's highways are often the results of injuries and death in both humans and animals. Yet, automobile makers rarely include animal crashes in their safety testing. They rarely include a lot of safety testing.
Wow. There's anything that they're not required to do.
Any corners they can cut, they're going to race around like a stock car. I believe this is fascinating, very unexplored area that deserves all the attention it can get. This topic is mystical, life-threatening, and more relevant than ever, just like God. So it's a beautiful thing.
Then your God is now a
That's
moose.
right. Mystical,
Because a moose is
life-threatening,
way-
and more relevant than ever.
It's way stronger than a car.
There Well, anyone who's ever read the terms of service agreement knows that legal documents can be downright incomprehensible. That frustrated Eric Martinez. Mr. Martinez, he's back, a graduate student in the Brain and Cognitive Science Department of Massachusetts Institute of Technology, who also has a law degree from Harvard, so very qualified. He, Francis Malika, and Edward Gibson, maybe a guitar guy, we don't know, shared the...
he's just a guitar.
Yeah, he just... But he's proper. We put an ascot around him, so his name is Edward now.
We gave him an honorary doctorate.
Yeah, he's actually a vampire guitar. So don't touch him. He'll throw him away.
And then you'll turn into a guitar.
And then you'll turn into a guitar.
Shit. Oh, fuck.
The joke's on you, though, because you'll die in 3 years as a guitar. Edward Gibson, they shared the literature for the... the Literature Ig Nobel Prize for analyzing what makes legal documents unnecessarily difficult to understand. Research that appeared in the journal Cognition. Ultimately, there's kind of a hope that lawyers will think a little more with the reader in mind. Clarity doesn't just benefit the layperson; it also benefits lawyers. So there you go, folks.
I mean, we have
Those are the Ig Nobels for this year.
At work. We have all of our job is based on laws that are written in very legalese
Of course,
manner, which are then translated into like an operational like policy, like a procedure, essentially. So we even have to translate like law entities have to have their own translations of
believe me,
things that are written, because the reason is, and it's no mystery here, the reason that they're written in such a manner is to be as comprehensive as humanly possible.
And also, there's all these loopholes, and that's like half of law.
Writing out, filling up loopholes, closing loopholes, rather, closing windows and shit like that. That's really all it is.
That's all it is.
And it's overly complex. Of course it is.
But it's what it's got to be.
Right, because everybody's going to look for a way out.
Everybody's looking for a way out. We're looking for a way out.
We need a way out.
We need a way out
now.
And that's why we'll see you next time on another episode of the Kickstart with Matt. And that's it, folks.
That's all.
We're all done.
One more week.
More week. This is 290, folks. You better start getting your shit together because
290X.
It's P90X 290 KMM.
Funds again on KMX ZYX WP90.
9? Huh?
9?
9?
9?
9. All right, internet people. There you are.
We just try to crash and
just crash and
the end of our show is like that dummy moose.
That's right.
We're the car careening.
You want to crash and then you want to make the fire as big as possible so you can burn yourself while you
gas
wait.
Tanks in the front. We're driving a Ford Pinto.
This is it.
Boom.
This is it. We have to light those funeral pyres so we can tell our King President Trump which way to go, so he can get back.
He can follow the flames of our.
Nothing he loves more
bodies.
than an old country buffet.
I tell you what, if there was ever a message his body was telling my eyes, it's that.
Yep, that's it. There we go. Hey, Juan. Juan's really lighting up the chat here. That's a beautiful thing. And we're getting closer. 2 more weeks.
Very soon, Juan.
2 more weeks, Juan. It's going to be time.
Soon.
It's going to be MonsterCon time. I can't wait. It's going to be a blast.
Monster Juan
time. So, all right, everybody. We'll see you. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. We love you. Goodbye.